one or two more questions.
Okay. Any more questions? Yeah.
Since we know that this character doesn't hang because that's the first chapter in your novel, unless you're just killing him off right away, just give us a hint about what happens next.
So, it's you can see from the back of the books. I'm not giving too much away, but he and the girl, and she's actually a couple years older than him, and he's kind of fallen for her, and she isn't quite as interested in him, but they are together on horseback, and they come down out of the Blue Ridge being pursued, and they go down into Georgia, and they think that they're going to find refuge in Atlanta, and we know what happened to Atlanta during the Civil War. And so then they're going across Georgia in the wake of Sherman's March. So I went to the University of Georgia, and I grew up on the coast. And so in college, I would be driving between Athens, Georgia, and the coast every time I would come home and go back, and that's largely the path of Sherman's March across Georgia. And so that had always been big in my imagination. What this was like during the march and fires and all the stuff that was going on, and so it's really this journey from the mountains to the coast. And I only have realized in the last month, to be honest, how much that narrative parallels the narrative of my own life, because I thought that I was writing this book. Most of my stuff does not have that much to do with me. I feel like it's not that autobiographical because, it takes place 150 years ago and that kind of thing. But I don't want to talk too long, but my ex and I moved to Asheville in 2009, where I started this book, and we had moved from San Francisco, not lived in a great part of town, and we thought wherever we lived in Asheville was going to be better, and we got this house in Asheville that the landlady told us had been an old brothel. And we thought she meant in the days of Thomas Wolfe, like the 1920s, when that was a regular establishment to be around. And it turned out that was not the case. It was much more recent than that. It was a very bad part of town, and this house had mice and ants and very probably ghosts and mold, and all the drug deals went down right in the front. And it was, I can laugh about it now, but we were scared when we were there. We were trapped. We had no money. We had no friends. The cold was coming, and we were, kind of trapped in the Nashville area for a couple of years, and we had this idea of making it to the coast. We'll make it to the coast. And so now I realize that this male and female character have nothing in this very dangerous world. They're scared all the time. They have nothing but each other. It's the same thing, right? But I had no idea at the time that had anything to do with it, honestly.
Oh, that's funny. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I really did. That's great. Well,
Does he get to keep the general's horse?
He does.
Is that what
for
they
a long
come
time.
down out of the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
one more, Danny.
Well,